Welcome back to Guerrilla Politics. I'm Dale Jackson. With me, as always, Dr. Wayman Burke. And we've got with us Will Boyd. He is running for Alabama Democratic Party chairman. Now, there's a congested race there, or at least there might be, with a couple of different people jumping in. There has been a lot happening with this party, and the DNC has come in and said, you guys need to change this up and redo this election. You'll be running against Nancy Worley and possibly some other folks. Why do you want this job? It seems almost thankless.
It is, but, we need unity and we need growth in the party. Our party as a party has the right message, the right messengers, but we just need to move forward and make sure we have new leadership that can lead us into the next elections.
Okay, so when you take this job, let's say you were to win, do you have the support of Doug Jones? Because Doug Jones tried to stage a little bit of a coup last time. He was beat back, and that's where all of this started. Nancy Worley, Joe Reed, the heads of the Democratic Party, said this is a second bite at the apple here. Do you have the support of Doug Jones?
Well, U.S. Senator Jones is my friend, as there are many others that are friends. I'm not a U.S. Senator pick, neither am I a Dr. Joe Reed pick or a Nancy Worley pick. I'm on my own.
Okay. Full disclosure, Nancy Worley is a childhood friend of mine. I think I told you that on the phone the other day. I'm just curious, should you be successful, the Alabama Democratic Conference, which is the minority wing within the Democratic Party, has been very powerful, very important for decades for the Democrats. What happens to Dr. Reed?
Well, the Alabama Democratic Caucus or Conference has done well in that it's tried to make sure representation is there for minorities. They actually appoint about 60 members of the 270-member SDEC. So I want to salute people like Dr. Reed and Nancy Worley for their efforts, but I also think we need to look at that complicated formula that selects how many people are in the process.
It's funny you said it's sort of like the superdelegate thing almost that you saw at the DNC.
That's what it is.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And you just point people and say, you do this, and Joe Reed controls them all, so he gets about 60 of those. And for those who don't know, that's the black wing of the Democratic Party, for lack of a better way to put it. Would you do away with that? Would you work to do away with that?
I wouldn't do away with it, but the concern is if you have 270 people in the SDEC, and on a given day, you might have 100 who show up for a meeting. That means you have a majority of 58 to 60 people. So when you have
Joe Reed's people show up.
At large population of 60 people, you know how the election's going to go. So I think people are feeling frustrated on the other side, if you would, that there is not equal representation. So we have to have unity in that. We have to see the value of the representation, but also have it fair on all levels.
How do you feel about fundraising? The Democratic Party in the past few years has had a really tough time raising money, according to media reports and so forth. How would you change that?
Well, I think we need to obviously hire fundraisers to work within the party, but I don't believe fundraising is the issue. I know some people might point and say, well, Will, you're not the best fundraiser in the world, but I believe you can have all the money you want, but if you don't have people who are able to execute the plan fairly or correctly, you're going to be in trouble.
The lack of communication staff on the Alabama Democratic Party is really the big issue. The Republicans have been in power for going on 9 years now.
Absolutely.
And I couldn't tell you, and I do a talk show every single day, I can't tell you the last time I got an email from the Democrats saying, here's what we're doing. And leading up to 2010, I got one every day from Mike Hubbard and Philip Bryan, and they said, and Philip Bryan was the communications director. Most people don't know that. Hey, real quick, 30 seconds. Is the party too black? That was a tough question, but is the party too black?
No. I think people portray it that way. Sending our message out, our messengers out, and our methodology has to change for us to win big in 2020.
Yeah, if it breaks down to white party versus black party, the black party's going to lose in Alabama. I mean, just based on the numbers of...
Well, you have to win with the majority of the black population, a primary, but the general...
that's for Democratic primary politics.
Exactly.
I'm talking about overall.
Overall, no.
General.
No.
If it truly becomes that, then there's a big problem. Will Boyd, thank you very much for being here. We always appreciate you coming out.